these production issues over the past 2 weeks. Everything just started falling apart. Just a lot of production issues, like lag and whatever, and microphone. Yeah. Yes, my production. Perfect. Okay, should be good. Yeah. Yeah, something broke. It was probably the same router thing. I just need to reset the stream. Yeah. So we're good now. Knock on wood. Stay good. I really like the mage build. This spell is so strong. What? He's supposed to get snared by that. I think they might have a cleanse or something that they use sometimes. Because they're supposed to get snared when they walked into it. Sometimes they just walk through it. Oh, wow. Yeah, maybe. A lot of times they do get stuck, but yeah, sometimes they don't. And maybe that is it. Maybe they use the light blade skill. Yeah, definitely are. Yeah. Most of the time it works. Like, most of the time they do, but then occasionally they just walk right through it. Let's see. Let's walk. See, yeah, they get stuck. Yeah. Like I said, most of the time it does, but sometimes they just walk right through it. And I'm like, what the? It's still really good for PvE. They actually technically buffed it for PvE. Yeah, if you like read the patch notes, it's a small buff because they like lowered the overall damage, but then they like doubled the damage for PvE or something like that. So it ended up still being really strong for PvE, and it does. Like anything I put in it, if it stands in it for a few seconds, it dies. Like no matter what it is. So I can get a whole group of mobs, and they all just instantly die to it. So it's really good. Even my other wizardry AoE spells don't do nearly as much as that one. I got this guy. I can do this. the ice thing, the ice circle, and then I also have the AoE stun one, which is pretty good. But nothing compares to the vines. But after this, I'm gonna go to Sejeko and just do Sejeko quests. We kind of talked about everything I would have put in a Raven Idol video, though. I think those were my key points. So the structure we're doing right now is one weekly video that's like whatever the topic that we choose to do. So like last week was the beginner tips one that I did. So it could be anything, and yeah, I really like the way we turned it. Yeah, and we're trying to compact as much information in a short period of time as possible. So that was kind of an extra experiment in that. I was like, okay, 4 minutes it is. Like, so that was okay. It's okay. I won't die. Yeah, I can protect you. cake. Booze melon. I can't even use it till level 42. What are they giving me now? Some potions. 8 types of potions. Okay, everything good? You didn't have to gun them down? Okay. Oh god, what happened to your HP? Oh, okay. Yeah, we're doing one like weekly video that is like high effort or requires some editing or whatever. It didn't work. Yeah. Okay. And this week I was either gonna do like, what's it called? The Raven Idol kind of breakdown of season 1, or potentially like an update on the free-to-play account or something like that. But yeah, just today I'm not feeling it. I'll probably do it tomorrow before the stream with like in my first part of my stream with before Oracle's dynamic events. Oh no, you do? Yeah. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. That's good to know. Yeah, it might be. It might be a good option to like take some of those and try to run them on the free-to-play account, because I don't think the drop rates are. Exactly. So it might be worth it to incorporate them into some of the grind for this account, because if you get lucky. Yeah. Monk snacks are nice. Yeah, so one weekly video that's topical and whatever I feel like has to be covered, and then the quest guides are like a side project. So that's the structure we're doing. What? Oh yeah, we're there, baby. We're there already. We're there. I'm very excited to keep leveling up OSG as a whole. You putting in good work. Oracle's putting in good work. Yeah, I'm putting in good work. Piefly's gonna do more, but you know. You just gotta stop fudding, or maybe do less. do less fudding, and then. But yeah, I think it's good. You know, raid content potentially coming around the corner. Monoliths, yeah. So yeah, there's definitely some potentially, you know, good opportunities coming online. Yeah. That's a good question. I hope they're hard and really rewarding. Yeah. I don't hope it takes like 8 hours, but like an hour, maybe even 2. Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I'm hoping it's nothing crazy like that, but I just hope it's fun above all else, and rewarding, and gives you a reason to do it. yeah, Nightblight isn't like it can totally be used as a tank, kind of like an off tank. So I like it. I like it for that sense. If CC is needed, I can use that. Pretty tanky. I go like a lot of decks. So if you combine like the high decks with a healer, it's really good. Because you're just like investing in that extra health you're putting in there, making it harder to take off. Yes, exactly. So it's a really good off tank build, and I can go max decks, and it can still be really good. Yep. I have. Right now I'm doing 2 plate, 2 cloth, but for a while I was running 4 plate. So because if you don't do 2 plate, 2 cloth, magic damage still erases you. So I think it's a little bit better 2 plate, 2 cloth, or at least a little bit more balanced. But if there is no magic damage, then yeah, 4 plate baby. Yeah, exactly. If I'm hitting something, like, it's very hard for one thing to kill me. I can just keep autoing something and just keep healing, pretty definitely. And you'll see, like, it's like mostly auto based. That is all the healing. It is the two things that, or I guess there's 3 synergies within like witchcraft. Obviously, all the dots, both from warfare and from witchcraft, because I do run the crit dot one. That's on warfare. So it's just like a little bit of healing there that's just consistent. And then you get the extra lifesteal from Leech. So it's like a second lifesteal ability on top of Polar Bear, which I have like exalted and maxed out on skill points. And it's melee, so you get like a bunch in high attack speed. I'm pretty much almost capped out. I'm at like 0.51 when I have everything like set. And then what else? Pretty high dex. And worms. So the worms, first of all, watch this. It's a really good healing spell. Like, heals quite a bit on its own. But I used the card that buffs your attack power, and it's a huge attack power buff. It's like a 30 or 40% attack power buff. And so then you combine that with like the burst of shadow, and like my full combo does a crap ton of damage. Like I can one shot a lot of things. So yeah, that's how it works. So a lot of debuffs, a lot of buffs, a lot of burst, really flexible. Okay. And I really like the class. I don't do int at all. It's okay. I'm actually done with my tonic. It's mostly dex. It's like a good amount of might. I've done it with all might, and it is really cool because you hit some insane numbers if you do that. But I'm gonna TP to Ravencrest. But I've actually realized it's more optimally played with like a good amount of dex compared to might. So it's like probably 60 to 70% dex, 30 to 40% might, and then 10 to 20% in vitality. And I think that's like probably the optimal point for it. But really good. Does a lot of damage. Literally, like, you can hit some I think it's got to be one of the highest single, like, damage numbers when you combine the worms and shadow and all the buffs and the debuffs and the armor shred and everything. Yeah, it's not very practical to like rely on that, but when I was like level 60, I was hitting like 6k damage on coup de grace when I was all might. So Yeah, so if you min-max that, I could probably hit right now if I min-max that on like a level 60 or 70 island, like 9k on coup de grace. But yeah, so it's fun in that sense, but it's not. It's way better if you build decks and let the healing be more effective. And I've tried a lot of other builds, and I just keep coming back to Nightblade. So I am enjoying the mage on this class, though. Yay! Level 20 farming. Let's go. Get these blueberries, and then we're gonna go do some quests. All right, stream's still stable. Let's go. But yeah, the last thing I want to add to kind of my content loop is a mostly daily short kind of vlog style. And I think that'll be kind of the missing piece, because actually I can't post quest guides to Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Those are like shorts. It doesn't really work. You kind of, I don't think there's any way around it. I think that's the only way to like really grow or bring in new people if you're not making like generic YouTube content that is whatever. Like if I want to make Raven Quest content and I like want to bring people in that are not Raven Quest players, need something else that's easier, and shorts are the best way to do that. Yeah. And it'll just be like me documenting my journey as a creator, and I've talked to you about already, but yeah, finding a format that's easy, that I can pump out every day, that's also like entertaining to look at, is kind of what I'm focusing on top of all the OSG shit. But busy. Yeah, it'll be just like just me documenting like what I'm doing every day to grow as a creator or whatever. So some days I don't do anything, so I wouldn't record something like that. Yeah. So yeah, like it'll be the focus of the theme around the video will be growing as a creator in a niche category while working a full-time job. That's the vibe I'm going for. Like, how am I doing this? How am I managing my time? How am I doing whatever? And I don't even need to talk about what the actual content is, right? Like, I just need to talk about what I'm doing, big picture wise. If I can get 3 or 4 of those out a week real quick, but obviously it has to be a format that's really easy for me to pump out, because if it takes more than 20 minutes, it's almost impossible for me to do every day. So that's it. All right, now what am I gonna plant here? Do we dare to do potatoes? Just because I have about, well, I guess I have 2 hours of the stream left. Decided I'm going to leave my small plot for crafting materials and focus my medium plot. You know, let's check carrot prices. It's facial. Let's check carrot prices, and if carrot prices are high, we'll do a batch of carrots. I'll buy my blueberries and my poisonous sacs. Let's see, what are poisonous sacs at right now? $79.80. I can lower the price of mine. Maybe 18k was a little ambitious. Did you list your Brotherhood cloaks yet? Oh. Alright, I'm gonna list these. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna list these. Let's do 10,999. The lowest listed is 13K, but you know, the lowest listed is always the price it's not selling at. A lot of the time. So we'll do 10.9, see if that sells. Okay, wait, I got distracted. I was gonna check carrot prices. But yeah, ooh, 347, we're doing favorites. I don't think it's very inspiring if it, oh, why did I get an Outsiders Looter Tonic? I should have gotten that from one of the bags. To be like, grind to 360 million silver. So I really need that number to come down, or else the free-to-play experiment doesn't really work. Yeah, it was a long day. And even if I got that number up to 2 million an hour, 180 hours, still kind of a lot, right? Like, yeah. Even at like 200 or 250 or 260 feels a lot less daunting than 360, you know? Yeah, like if the number ends up being around 200 after like some of these things change, I'll feel so much better. I'm like, okay, 200 million silver, that's hard, but like, I think you could do it, right? I say 400 million silver. Yeah, sorry, I was just gonna say when you say 400 million silver though, that's like, that's tough. That's tough. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what makes it so daunting. Like, you know, that is why it's so bad right now. It's people, I don't know what's going on. There's something going on that they're not telling us. These guardians know something. People know something. Yeah, lay it on us. Yes, that is a factor for sure. But that explained why it went from like 10 to 20 or 21 where it was sitting. What is explaining like the past week where it's gone from 10 to 21 to like 32, 35, right? That's what I'm more suspicious about. I understand. Yeah, in like a week. I think there's some funny games being played somewhere. People know something, or like there's a couple things that I think are happening at the same time. One, quest staking is coming up. They've announced that and teased that, so people are trying to get quest. I think there's a little bit of the carnival, people trying to recoup a little bit from that, but I don't think that's that big of a thing. I think people are playing Cambria as well, so they're pulling out some money for that, which is totally fine and understandable, and I think some of that will come back. And yeah, I think staking it's probably a big factor of it. Yeah. Yeah, and I think some people have some information that we don't have. Some insider quest trading that I don't know. I'm just speculating. and it doesn't take very many people, right? It only takes like one or two or three people to, I think, make the moves that happened if they put enough money into it. So I think that's kind of, I don't have all the numbers. It's not on the blockchain, and I'm not that good at digging in the blockchain anyways. So I wouldn't be able to do it even if it was. But I think, yeah, that's a factor. I think there's a few things, but that's a big factor. Maybe even, oh yeah, the last one I had was maybe people pulling out just like some earnings from their cashing out on their gems. Because some people made like billions of silver during the gem event. So some of those people might be cashing out as well. So a few things happening at the same time, kind of leading to this inflation. And I do think it'll come back down, but I don't think the game is in a good place when it is 30k silver to a quest. Unless quest is like 4 or 5 cents, then it's like really bad. The economy's really suffering because of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Or even 10k, you know. Even, yeah, it wasn't even 10k. It was like 8k, 6k for the first month. It was crazy. It was like 2k the first week. But at that point there was no silver, so like no one could do anything about it. So it was funny, but it doesn't really matter that much because it stabilized around like 10, and then there was like inflation and stuff, and then it slowly creeped up to 20, and just in the past like 2 weeks it's gone to 30, which the economy doesn't work when it's this high, I think. So I do feel like it'll go back down, but we gotta get there. Maybe they do something where you have to like pair quest and silver when you stake. That would be good. They said they were going to do a liquidity pool of quest and silver for a while, which would also be good. Just to like stabilize the price. Yeah. It would be really good if they did something like that. And I think it's useful just to have that stability because it is used as like you do use quest as a currency in game. And so it should be more stable. Well, when they make more revenue. So, when do I think that's gonna happen? I don't know. I don't see anything, necessarily in the near future. It's when OSG brings in new players. That's it. That's the only thing I can count on. There's only, I mean, if they keep growing and stuff like that, but like, I think it's really us. It's our responsibility to bring in new players, to be honest. And also, what was I gonna say? If they go mobile, that'll bring in new players for sure. That's like the one thing that I know would bring in new players. What else? Is there anything else? There's one other one I feel like. Yeah. 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 Maybe if they even made it to where, ready? On mobile, you couldn't. You can only go from like silver to quest, or yeah, I don't know. You can't take out Quest essentially. hmm Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that would also ruin the economy even if you couldn't do anything with it. Yeah, they gotta, but that would bring in new players, I guess, if they could figure out a way to make it more secure. Um, hmm Yeah, I agree. I'm technically a Mac user. Um, I I use a Windows device for my gaming, but it's like a it's a Asus ROG Ally is my gaming PC essentially. So it's a little gaming PC that's capture carded into my MacBook. Yeah, so it's interesting. So it can't run anything too crazy, but because I don't have the streaming software on it, it runs most things pretty smoothly, and then the streaming software all runs on my MacBook, so my MacBook runs better because it's not playing the game. So yeah, that's the way it works. Do computers. hmm yeah. God, I feel like there was something else I knew would bring in new players. There was one other thing. That'll maybe bring back some players more than it'll bring in new players. Oh yeah, Quest price going up. That's the only other thing you can do. Yeah. If Quest price skyrockets for whatever reason, they get some Chinese whale that loves RavenQuest to spend. If $10,000 can increase it by 30%, what will $1,000,000 do? You know, it would go ballistic. And if that ever happens, then that would bring in new players too. So those are the only two things. Yeah, other than like somehow marketing the game, it's really hard to do. Like if it was easy to market the game, all of us would be doing it essentially. So yeah, it's really hard to market the game, I think, in general. Um, I think there's a way, but is it going to be like profitable for a small game studio to do? I don't know. I don't know. That's why I really feel like it's on us to bring in new players from that standpoint, independent of those other two things. But can Niter make friends with a Chinese whale that just buys Quest? Like someone who has $1 billion and just is like, oh yeah, I'll put $1 million into that. That'll bring new players in for sure. Is it the right kind of players? No, but they're new players regardless, and some of the right kind of players will make it back, and we'll reach a new stable point that's higher than what is at now. So, yeah, that's. And is there a way with the existing player base that they could get $1 million in liquidity to come into Quest? I think so too. There's some people with deep pockets in the existing community. You don't need a large community in Web3 to, like, you can get millions of dollars from a couple thousand players when you have the right players. And I think some of the existing player base might even be that. But there's no reason to buy, let's say, $10,000 in Quest. Like, what are you going to do with that? Speculate? But if no one has a reason to buy $10,000 in Quest, then no one's going to buy $10,000 in Quest. If you give like a single reason that people like, maybe staking is that, to buy $10,000 in Quest, you'll get it. Like, I think you will if you do that. You message and you find something that is worth it, yet somehow doesn't take away from the existing player base. Like, obviously, if you're like $10,000 and you have the best armor and whatever, and that doesn't make sense and that doesn't work. But yeah, you gotta come up with a reason. We've seen it work. That's why, like, the carnival worked. You give people a reason to spend $5,000-$6,000, and they will. Now, it's pets and enough to bring in $1 million? No, it's not. But maybe there is something. Maybe there is something. That's my experience. I don't know. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, I don't know. Is it gonna be like an auto farm thing? Is that good for the game? Is that scalable? I don't know. It's this weird thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is you don't have to touch Quest for that either. So no wonder Quest isn't going up, because you don't even have to token unnecessary. So even that's exactly the one thing that people might spend that kind of money on, but it doesn't affect Quest. There's no reason to have $10,000 in Quest other than speculating right now. Because then it could change. The fact that those $10,000 moved it that much is crazy. I thought people were selling more, but I don't think they are. I think just no one's buying. I think that's it. It's just like a slow bleed. It's not like we have a ton of extractors in the community and in the game, which is great. I think it's just a matter. I think it has a lot of decent utility, and the average player is using the Quest for the most part. There's not a lot of extraction going on, and I think that it just needed a reason for people to have a lot of Quest, which is not an easy thing to solve without, doing something gimmicky. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree. Yeah. And the game's still enjoyable, even though the economy is a little bit broken right now. Okay. God, I just ranting. I need some water. I'll be right back. All right. Where's my advisor contract? Somebody needs to get me in. I need to stop giving out this shit for free. Someone pay me. Alright, that sounds good. Should be doing more quests, but I'm not. Mm-hmm. Earning questions? Oh, burning questions. Mm-hmm. Did not play Raven Dawn. Why? No, I didn't. I barely played Raven Quest during the playtest. There were, I think, 3 playtests, and I played a good, like, maybe 4 or 5 days of the second playtest. They were each like 2 or 3 weeks. And then I barely logged in on the third playtest, just because I was busy. Didn't get to log in. But yeah, then just was there when the game came out because I really liked it. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting. People who played Raven Dawn come into Raven Quest. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Alright, see you dudes. Have a good one. Alright guys, it's questing time. Who's ready for some quests? Let's get some W's in the chat. How much longer is Shocky gonna be streaming? Everything looks stable. Let's hear how it sounds real quick. Why can't I? Oh. And the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. What is this playing through? Test, 3, 2, 1. Test, 3, 2, 1. Is my sound output coming through my laptop? That's not the way it's supposed to be. I don't want to mess with it too much, but hopefully now it sounds okay. Ooh, Brotherhood Cloak sold. I don't know if that was a guildie or someone else, but I'm glad it sold. We are 500,000 silver richer. What are we sitting at? 3.4 million. A good amount of stuff on the market. All right, let's get the recording going. Let's do a quick update on the free-to-play account too here. What's the name of this quest? A Goblin Obsession. Okay, we're gonna run through this. What updates do I want to get when we're level 41. Did some grinding off stream. We're sitting on a pretty amount of silver. What else? Okay. Alright, so today we're going to be doing another quest guide here. We're going to be doing a Goblin Obsession, which starts here in Sajeko by talking about Lady Chopin. quick update on the free-to-play account. We hit legacy level 45, did a good amount of grinding, and we're starting to get a good amount of silver. We're at 3.4 million silver. But we got to push through these quests to get on the other end, get a little bit of renowned, and get these guides done. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Let's go ahead and start. Lady Chopin, what do you need from me? All right. Ooh. I'm not hearing the game volume. I just noticed. Okay, let's hope when I add this source that this doesn't ruin the whole game. Ruin all the audio. No, that's not what we need. Audio input capture, capture desktop audio. Let's hope this doesn't mess up the audio. Okay, let me know if things are stable on the audio. I guess I can test it real quick. Sorry for making this video a little bit longer, but we just want to make sure we capture this the way we need. Is this ruining the audio? Test, 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 test. It sounds good to me. Okay, perfect. Let's get right into it. Let's adjust this camera. Okay. All right, Lady Chopin wants us to go to the hill south of Sejeko village and collect one of each glider casing, glider crank, glider gear, glider hinge, glider tubes, and wires. Let's go do that. Get out of here. We should absolutely rip through this just because we're so high level. Ooh, goblin plunder right away. I think we can go in here. Is this the way up? Heck yeah. One more. Am I gonna go the extra mile here? Come on. One more. Yeah, and I got this MOA too. I got this MOA. That's another update on the free-to-play account. I forgot about that. I don't think it matters who you kill here. Maybe we just need to get a little bit lucky. There we go. All right, last piece. Let's head back to Lady Chopin. Just in case you missed how to get up here, you kind of have to come under here. You go up these stairs. Up these stairs. And then you have to come up these stairs, down these stairs. And there she is. A little bit hard to get to. All right, Lady Chopin.
My
I got the pieces.
Casing tubes. You would have back. Oh, aren't you just a peach?
All right, search the bookshelves in the library for glider diagrams. Let's get this done. Not what I was looking for. All right, so we got it off of this bookshelf.
Find little Icarus.
I'll hang
you're
around
much too
there
useful
then.
for that. Very astute. He certainly enjoyed it. Journals of old. I expect nothing.
Okay, find the underground entrance to the underground goblin dungeons. I'm pretty sure I know exactly where this is at. Let's head over there. This roundabout way, out this house. I know this is a lot of back and forth here. And here it is. This is the entrance. I just gotta go over here and then head right back to her. There's some rubble there, so we have to talk to her about how we're gonna clear the rubble. Boom, 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 boom. Get me out of here. Lady Chopin.
Well, that is precise. Surely you had a few. Oh,
All
I'm full
right.
of surprise.
She wants us to go get some explosive powder so we can turn it into a bomb. Let's go ahead and do that. Lady Chopin wants to make a bomb. Yes, always help your grandparents when they're trying to make a bomb. I really shouldn't say that word too many times. This is going on the internet, at least part of it. Kill goblin bombers in the Sajeka ruins. There's one. There's two. Remember, these guys kind of mess you up. I mean, I'm way over leveled for this now. But these guys will do some damage to you if you're not, which with double XP everyone's going to be over leveled now. don't think I'm getting any effort for this. It's so nice being at a high, like, level. I'm getting so much more effort. I don't know if that's because I have medium land that I'm getting more. That number's like tripled or quadrupled. Five more powders. Don't need to the ones that are over here real quick. God. Do such good damage. One more. Alright, we got it. Lady Chopin, we're coming back. We're coming back. Oh, I really like this Moa. It's growing on me. The green tips. Let's see how much progress we make in this quest guide, because I think as a Gecko journal guide might be more fun. How much do people want the Raven Idol video? How much do people want the Raven Idol video? I'm curious. Alright, Lady Chopin, we got everything we need to make the BLMB.
I want a goblin. Bring one to me, dear.
Use the BLMB to clear the rubble from the underground entrance. Let's get it done. I can't remember if we have to go back to her after we use the bomb. I really hope not. It's getting a little silly. How's our MOA experience? When's the next speed? Got level 6. Descend into the dungeon and obtain a goblin soul orb. Okay. So we're pretty over leveled, so these mobs are going to be really easy. I think most people will be at a little over leveled for this spot as well, so I don't think there's too much to explain. But you do want to come down here, and there's going to be a boss at the end. Yo, thank you for the follow, Demoles. How you doing? How you doing? How'd you find the channel? We're running the free-to-play account. My build, sir. I'll show you my build. This is my free-to-play account that I do for content, so it's not my main build on my main account. But I do like this build, and I'll show it to you. What level are you? Just so I got some context. What level are you? I want to start again, but need to start as free-to-play to try it. Wow, you have come to the right place, my friend. You've come to the right place because we are currently on our free-to-play account, and we're kind of showing people how to grind a free-to-play account. So you're in good hands. I can talk to you. I can answer a bunch of questions about being free-to-play. But my build that I'm running is Bewitcher right now. I am enjoying it a lot. It's Naturalist, Wizardry, and Witchcraft. Free to play can use market. You can definitely use the market. You just have to be level 40. You have to be adventure level 40. So it takes a little bit. It shouldn't take too long to get to adventure level 40. But you can't use the market until level 40. So my account, which this one's free to play, I can use the market. I've been using it a lot. Ooh, is this shiny right here? Or is this the orb? I think this is shiny. Perfect, we got a shiny right here in this spot. Let's see if we can capture that. Going daggers again. Ooh, daggers are pretty good. I don't know if they're meta right now, but I think daggers are pretty good. All right, we found this boss. So we're pretty strong for right now. We got the soul orb. All right, it says these are fake. Open inventory and there seems to be an entity stuck inside the orb. Open the entity and try interacting with it.
By the dawn, I certainly thought I'd never be. My soul is trapped in here. Yes, well, don't you mean Clarabelle? I'm not sure my bones are down. That's good enough for me. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay, recover Lord Chopin's bones from deeper inside the dungeon. Let's go do that. I think we already saw that. Wait. Actually, it's not in here, right? There was... Okay. I think it's less deep in the dungeon. Or maybe I try and mage can always reroll early. Yeah, I would recommend... I started this account as like a ballistics user, and then I decided to go mage. So experiment a lot. My main account is a Nightblade, and I use the Lightblade for that. So there's lots of builds that work. Naturalist is pretty meta right now, and I think it's really good. Obviously, anything with protection is always really good. Okay, and here are Lord Chopin's bones. Ooh, okay, now we gotta go back to Lady Chopin. Oh my god, a fellow person who wants to build Nightblade. I can tell you exactly how to build Nightblade and tell you what you may or may not be doing wrong. I was just talking about this on stream earlier, saying no one uses Nightblade, but I do. And I've tried a bunch of different things, and I really love Nightblade. I can actually, let me finish this quest real quick. It's with the Lightblade. But you can totally do it with the daggers. It doesn't make a big difference. I actually like just the aesthetic of the Lightblade more than anything. But I think you can do it just fine with daggers. Let me finish this quest because this is for a YouTube video. And I'm almost done. I'm at the very end. And then I'll actually pull up my main account so I can show you the build and explain it all. I'm more than happy to show it to you. I really love it. It's got like, I don't want to say quirks to it, but I'm probably one of the most, at least of non-Raven Dawn players, one of the most experienced people with Lightblade. Okay, just installing, so you have plenty of time. Ooh. You have a referral already? Should I drop my Raven Quest referral? Use someone's referrals? I didn't play since Raven Dawn. Hype. Nice. Let's go. Well, welcome to the streams. I gotta learn a lot again. God, dude. Touching my heart. You're like the perfect viewer. This is exactly. I love doing I'm gonna drop a couple things, a couple links for you after this quest. Let me get out of here. But this is perfect. You came to the right place. You came to the right place. My main account is level 78, almost getting to 79. If I wasn't busy making content and free-to-play guides, I would be 80 by now at least. almost done with this quest. This is going on YouTube, so I just need to finish this real quick and then we can do other stuff. All right, Lady Chopin, we did it. We found your husband. He was in an orb. It was great. We talked to him. Here you go. Thank you. And that's the end of the quest. And look at that. We obtained 2,500 reputation. We're doing great on the free-to-play account. All right. See you guys in the next one. Perfect. Okay. Last time I played, I got a year sub on Raven Dawn, but it only played 2 months. Well, let's freaking go. Let me do a couple things here. I'm gonna chill like nobody's business here. This is my YouTube channel that I'm working on beginner quest guides and beginner tips right now. With this free-to-play account, it's like mainly for content. But I am gonna try and like earn a small land on the free-to-play account, because I think once you get a land, it opens up a lot of possibilities. So if you follow my journey, we're going to be showing you how to get a small land and how to like build up an account, like both in-game and financially. But let me show you my Nightblade build. I've not tried Raven Quest. Okay, perfect. Let's go though. I'm excited. All right, here is my main account. Level 78. Nightblade. This is my main build that I'm running, which is Warfare Shadow Witchcraft, obviously for Nightblade. I'm just going to talk a little bit like top level about Nightblade real quick. Maybe I'll record this too. Mostly for like shorts and stuff. Yeah, screenshot it. This is like my PvE build. This is what I use 90% of the time when I'm just out in the world grinding mobs and doing stuff. I make a couple tweaks to it depending on other things, but I even use this in expeditions and everything, so it's really good. Ooh, got your talents on good old paint. Exactly. Excellent. So the big things here, Shadow is here for damage and some utility. You obviously get increased attack speed. You get some crit chance, which is amazing. Move speed, which I love. I love moving a little bit quicker than everyone else. Attack speed, and on the light blade, this is so you can use. Really, this is optimally played with either daggers or light blade. So either one works for my build. Warfare, we're using all this for sustain. Maxing out our feasting strike. Let me put the cards up real quick if you want to see these. Polar Bear is one of my favorite cards. But let's talk about Witchcraft real quick, because all this is pretty self-explanatory. This is damage and utility. This is just like sustain and damage. I think most people understand how Warfare and Shadow work, but I think the intricacies come with Witchcraft. Yeah, some of these you'll get at least common versions of these cards pretty quickly, but it may take a little bit. I've obviously invested some into this account, and so I have some of these cards. I actually got this Polar Bear like really early on for $20, which is crazy for an Exalted Polar Bear card. And you can tweak some of this. The most important parts, or the things that tie this build together: Ruby Cat Mushroom. You leech, so you like lifesteal on your autos, so it's like almost like a second Polar Bear. This deal damage over time. You heal for 10% of the damage. That applies to this. It applies to this. It applies to this. So you get a little bit more passive healing as well as passive debuffs, so you don't have to do anything. It just kind of happens as you're playing. And one of the biggest parts is this card as well. It actually, what it does is, if you have 3 dots on someone, which I get from this, and this, and then you use it, you get a you steal 5.5% weapon power for every dot. So you steal up to like 17% with the card that I have of their weapon power. And when you're doing this on a mob, that usually means you're getting like a bunch of weapon power. This will just increase your weapon power, or your attack power, sorry, by like 25%. So you use this, and it heals a lot. It's actually underrated how much it heals. It heals a ton. So you use this to heal, and it gives you a huge buff, one of the biggest buffs in the game. And then you just slam all these abilities, essentially. And let me just show it out. There's a couple like things you can probably tweak and make your own about it. Oh god, these are some of the worst dynamics I've ever seen. Oh my god, so much better. Okay. I'll stop that recording too. That was enough. So let me just find what's the easiest mob I can test this out on. I think I'm gonna sure, yeah, we'll go here. This is fine. So yeah, this is my main account. If you're looking for a guild that maybe you can also win some free Raven Quest stuff, we're actually doing tons of Raven Quest related giveaways as well as other giveaways. Like today's giveaway is 5 USDC. But yesterday's giveaway was 5,000 Raven coins. We have a Discord, and we're doing 25 days of giveaways in the Discord. So like through Christmas, we're doing giveaways every day. And this, you don't even have to join the Raven Quest Guild. You can just be in the Discord. And we are actively recruiting, and there's no necessarily level requirement. We value activity more and people who have like a long-term goal with the game. So you don't even have to get to like level 70 or anything if you're just an active and dedicated player, especially if you're active in the Discord as well. It makes, well, we'll take you. We'll give you a home. We're a pretty high up there guild. We're the #1 guild for content in Raven Quest. And yeah, we're a good group of people, very active. There's always someone in there to answer questions. Multiple streamers, it's not just mine, multiple streamers, multiple Raven Quest people. So yeah, you can ask pretty much any question and you'll get some high level answers there. And giveaways right now for the next like 15 days we're doing giveaways. So if you're free to play and you're looking for a little bit of a boost, we can do that. And if you are active and you do end up joining the actual Raven Quest Guild, then we will if you are active, we'll sponsor your guild crest and things like that. Very generous guild. Very generous group of people in there. So if you're showing up every day, we'll make it worth your while, I promise. We got some top players in there too. All right, let's make sure I don't die to Seraphine here, but that legacy skill, really good with Nightblade, because as you saw there, I used it and I immediately wasn't taking damage. But yeah, that's Nightblade. I really like it. These are my items that I use. Right now I use 2 plate, 2 cloth, but for a long time I was using 4 plate. Stats wise, oh yeah, this is one thing to go over. For Nightblade, if you do want to run Nightblade, you want. I've done different options, but what I've found is really high dexterity is the best thing you can do. So like you can see I have like 30% might. Right now it's like 30 might vitality. This is actually, usually I have more in might. I think I'm just a little tankier than usual. But you want high dex. High dex is important. I for a long time ran high might, and it's good, and it's fun, and it does a lot of damage. But to really like optimize this class, it's more of like a bruiser class. So you want high dex. Because you do have a lot of good healing. You do have a lot of other stuff. So yeah, it's the class that I use. I've tested out a bunch, and it's the one that I really like. I've gone between a few, and I always come back to Nightblade because I really like it. And there's certain things that only Nightblade can do. It's the one thing that it's very bad at is AoE farming. But other than that, it's like an amazing class. It's amazing for single target, really good for sustain. Oh, let's go. My poisonous sac sold. Really good for single target, really good for sustain, really versatile. Yeah, so it is one of the best like sustain single AoE builds, and it's very easy. Yeah. But I am enjoying the mage as well, so it is whatever you want. And AoE farming is the most, if you're trying to min-max for like experience and stuff like that, it is the best way to go. But you could probably change just a couple things and maybe like make it AoE. Where can I see how much the membership costs? Okay, so the membership is here. I can show it to you. Monk Shop. You can get it in here. It's Patron, which is like 540 monk Raven coins, and let's see, Raven coins. Let's say you bought. Oh god, let me do the math. I mean, it's hard because the cheapest option is $12 there. So you would have to spend like $12 essentially, regardless, to get 1 month. But a year's $52.20, which would be like $36. So I mean, it's still kind of a lot. If you get a land, which is what I'm working towards, this free-to-play account doesn't have Patron just yet. If you get a land, you get, oh my god, this affects gathering speed? Oh, on owned land and community land when successfully in timing. Gathering minigame, interesting. I didn't know that. If you get, yes, $12 is cheap compared to a lot of MMOs. And the fact that you can get a year's for, what is that? I mean, you would have to spend $36, but that's $2 a month if you get the year. So a year for $2 a month is pretty good. Or $3 a month, sorry. Plus you would have some Raven coins left over, so you could use it for, I would use it probably for Viz Monk, if you could. But on my free-to-play account and in my free-to-play journey, I'm actually not going to buy Patron. What I'm trying to do, which is a big task, it's especially the way the economy is right now, is I want to get a land. If you get a land NFT, it comes with free lifetime Patron. Granted, it is literally right now like $100 to get. I can't delete my old alt. Yeah, I don't think you can delete an account in RavenQuest right now. I think if you want to restart, you have to use a separate email. I think if you maybe email the team, you can get it deleted. But I don't think there's a way to like delete your character, unfortunately. Yeah. So there's no reason necessarily to, unless you just want to experience like the beginning of the game again. Let's open some packs. Let's open these packs. But I'm trying to work up towards a land, and I'm trying to do it all with like the earnings you make in game. So if you follow the journey, you can kind of maybe follow the same path and do the same thing. But yeah, I'm trying to save up for like $100 land with just the earnings in game. At the current economic status, it would take like 400 hours of gameplay, just like kind of based on where things are at. But I think that's a temporary thing. Hopefully we can get it down to where it's like 200 hours of gameplay at least to save up for that. But we shall see. I'll let you know. Okay, let's get going to the next quest. I guess we can start Chaotically Brilliant because I think there's a waiting period there. But we're doing really good on, you know, silver. We just got to the point where we can kind of farm silver and got the medium community plot. So we're making some passive silver here as well. I guess I can start here for this video so I can show you the way to get there. Alright, we're going to start a YouTube recording. You can still talk to me. There just might be some moments where I'm kind of just talking to the camera. But feel free to keep chatting because a lot of it will be sped up and cut out. Alright, here we go. Alright, so now we're going to be running the Chaotically Brilliant quest, which is underground here in Sajeka Village. I'm going to show you the path to get here. So from here on the map, we're just going to head straight down here. Pass a couple goblins that are down here. We're just kind of following these stairs here. Another set of stairs. We're using the mini map to get there. Oh, let's take the other set of stairs. So you want to take this left set of stairs, not the right set of stairs. And I don't know if these guys are his friends, but we're talking to this guy, Vrax the Slick, and this is where we're going to start the quest. You get a really cool artifact from this quest, and some other things. So let's get it going. Why are you calling me that? Everyone here has 2 legs. Alright, Vrax wants pliers, screwdrivers, lamp, and clockwork timers from the goblin crafters and inventors. They're just the mobs that are kind of in this area. So we're going to do a loop here and hope that we get everything that we need. This is a really neat mining spot. These goblin caves, I've come down here to do some mining. So if you are looking for a mining spot that isn't occupied a lot, this one's not bad because there is a big loop you can kind of run. Yes, diggy hole. Two more here. Alright, we looped a little bit too fast. One more loop, a couple more mobs here. Blow them up. Okay. risk. We're gonna see if we can get it on the way back here. Save some minutes on this video. My poor storage space. My poor storage space doesn't deserve what I do to it with all these questions. Let's go. New email. Oh my god, come on. What's up with all these quests? I'm giving me everything and then waiting for one last one here. What are these drop tables? Come on. There we go. Okay. Got all the pieces. Let's talk to Vrax again. New email, new account. You can start the whole journey that I did just recently. Alright, Vrax. I gotcha. I got your stuff. What do we do next? Automaton. Alright, so bring Vrax 10 copper ingots and 5 tin ores. Oh my god, I gotta give you my stuff. Alright, let's go to the bank. And we'll... Oh, wait, I got that right here. I did this on purpose. I had all these things intentionally here already. And planned for this. So make sure you come down here with 10 copper ingots and 5 tin ores. Maybe I can put that somewhere at the beginning of the video. All right. All right, I got your stuff. All right. Empty soul orb. Fill the orb with goblin souls from the workshop. Okay, he wants us to fill this orb with the souls of his goblin friends. I didn't realize goblins were like that. Do goblins deserve this? I don't know. I wonder, do these guys up here at the top floor count? Okay, the contraptions definitely don't count. How about these guys? I think that counted. Okay, perfect. So much damage. I wonder what a pure impact build for this would do. We're gonna go in the loop here. Oh no, there's someone else down here. Someone else down here doing the quest too, it looks like. The first enemy? What's going on? Why are they not getting snared? Yeah, that's interesting. Sometimes they don't get snared. Okay, Vrax, I filled this orb with all of your friends. Talk to Vrax again. Alright, are you okay? It wouldn't look that bad. Maybe it just can't be done. What do you mean the real inventor? What are you talking about? Dwarves? And we did it! Nope, that's not the whole quest. Explore the ruined dwarven catacombs for answers about the automaton. And we got the automaton, which is a really cool contraption here. Boom! Coal Goblin Gadget. I thought we were done because we got it, but I guess we get it in the middle of the quest. Coal Goblin Gadget summons a coal contraption at your effective level with a maximum of 23 to fight for you for 5 minutes or until slain. So what we're going to do here, we're going to take this off. And then when you equip this, as long as you have a slot open, it'll immediately go into that slot. So now we have this, and we can make this contraption. The problem with the contraption is that it can't really go upstairs. So we used it down there, and it's just kind of stuck down there. But it does fight for you, and it is really cool. So it's just one of these guys that just kind of fights for you and tanks for you and things like that. So cool little trinket. And since we don't have one other than the labor one, we're going to use this now. Okay, 1 second. I'm about to PEE myself. So I'm gonna pause for 2 seconds and do that. We'll get out here somewhere safe. Alright, this looks like a safe enough spot. Be right back. All right, we're back. Okay. Now we're heading over to this castle over here to explore the ruined dwarven catacombs for answers about the automata. There's just a Jekko dynamic event. Should I go do it? What time is it? Let's run this quest. Let's run this quest. Actually, God, let's do the dynamic. We need it for the journal. Might save us some time in the future, so we're gonna do that real quick. Do the dynamic event here if we can. I'm surprised I haven't triggered the Sejeko one yet. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or if just getting unlucky, if I need multiple people coming through Sejeko. I'm just surprised it hasn't triggered once. Let's go. Okay, this one just started. Alright, let's get ready. It's pretty cheap. At least, especially early on in the game, it's very cheap. Like, it cost me 200 silver to teleport. So I think they fixed the teleport cost. So I'm level 45 and it's still 200 silver. So I think they did reduce it from, I think at one point it was really high. So it is a little bit cheaper now. Oops, I'm going the wrong way here. We got him. Another lost shipment. Alright, we're getting right back on the journey for the quest here. Sure if I'm entering this from the wrong way. Oh, no, maybe not. See, it's hard to tell. What's the right way to go in? Because you can come in from both ways. I'm gonna go in from the other way just because I feel like that's how most people go. Actually, I don't know if you can. We'll find out together. Guava, how's it going? How's it going, Maggie? How's it going? Alright, so now we're over at this castle here on the right side here, and we're gonna go explore the ruined dwarven area. Just gonna come straight through here. Ooh, that was a lag. Come down here and down through the catacombs. Oh my god. So long since I did this quest. Okay, so we pulled this lever. So now it's going to say that something has opened. Grinding in here. The linking of my Twitch does not work at the moment. Interesting. Just because your Twitch is linked to the other account, or what's going on there? Why is it not working? Is your Twitch linked to the other account maybe? And that's why it's not working? You can unlink it if it is linked to the other account. You might have to log into the other account. Okay, so now we're here. We're going to interact with this chest. And that's where there's a shiny in here. So don't forget to get the shiny down here when you're down here doing this quest. You remove the other account, still it says it's linked. Okay, maybe give it a little bit to update. Maybe you have to refresh your browser or like clear your cache. Hopefully you can get those Twitch drops. They're nice. They're nice drops. And right now they're worth a few 100,000 silver. Looking for here. Is that this? Can I go in there? Not sure if I did. Yeah, if you want, if I was gonna troubleshoot it, I would refresh everything, like completely close out your browsers and then redo it all, double check it all after refreshing your browser. Oh, here it is. Okay. Now we're going to hit this switch. And we're going to interact with this guy here. Here lies Grakmir Everstone, one of the most brilliant minds who ever lived. What is that noise? Boom. We have a ghost. Ooh. Ghost real quick. And perfect. So yeah, hit the switch over here, pick up the shiny right here, and kill the ghost here. You're a pile of rotten bones. Alright, go back to Vrax. Let's head back to Vrax. my way. So many quests for a guy that doesn't like questing that much. I can't believe I'm gonna be the guy with all the questing accounts. It's very ironic. I don't quest. I don't do this. This isn't me. I like the grind. I like farming things. But this is the content that people need. People need to know where the quests are. I think it's useful. It would be useful if I just did like the ones that people need, but honestly, since we're already here, might as well just do all of them. Like, okay. All right, Frax, we are back. Get nice and close to you. All right, we did the thing. There is no solution. And we finished the quest. All right, thank you guys. See you in the next one. Bye bye. All right, we're staying here. That was just a YouTube thing. Don't be alarmed. Your streamer isn't leaving. That was a YouTube thing. I've had people leave because I'm doing the the YouTube outro, and they assume we're leaving. First thing you do is chop trees. That's funny. That's funny. Did you even watch my 5 tips guide? Did you watch it on YouTube? I just came out with like a beginner tips for, yeah, I mean, five beginner tips on YouTube. So it's pretty convenient timing. You're starting again. None of those tips were chopping wood. Spoiler alert. None of those tips said immediately go chop trees. But I think they're all very useful tips. I tried really hard to only give tips that I thought would be really, really helpful. And things that you need to know. Some of those you probably already know if you're an ex-Raven Dawn player, but some of them probably don't. But I love that. You can chop trees. You can chop trees. It's not the best way to make silver. It is not the best way to level up. But goddamn, if you enjoy it, you go chop trees. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. That's what you want to do. It's your right to just chop trees. I feel like if I did a series where I just chop trees, that would probably get more views than some things. People would enjoy watching that. Just woodcutter man. There's a word for that, but I can't think of it right now. Oh my god. Do I want to do this other quest? We stopped the recording, right? Okay, yeah, we did. Perfect. I hate quests so much, but we gotta do them. It's like your vegetables. Do we have time for one more today? God, I'm not even sure we do. But I really need to get these done. I don't think the Lord Chopin's one is long. I just can't remember. I just cannot remember for the life of me. Where are we getting most of our silver from? Fish by 5%, creature products. It's probably creature products that we're getting most of our silver right now. Ooh, wait, this is really good. Might get nourished one. Does that work for tonics? I didn't even know that. Nugs! How's it going, sir? Sorry for blowing out your eardrums. Just excited. We're ripping. We ripped a couple quests. Free-to-play account is doing some good stuff. Sitting at almost 5 million silver. Some stuff on the market and stuff like that. Got some crops ripping right now. We're doing good. We're doing good. Chugging along. We did a little bit of grinding, but mostly quests today. We gotta do more, to be honest. But I'm running out of time on the stream, so I'm not gonna start another one.
The jungle provides I had someone else. Good. That.
Yes, got enough reputation points. I'm even considering, let's see, how much time? Okay, let's hop on the main account for the next 28 minutes. I can't completely ignore it. And we got some really easy dailies on this. I wish I could speed run. I wish there was a way to do the expeditions faster. Oh, I see the mistake. Now that we have this goal, yes, do the main story quest is a good one, at least until you have your ship. It's a very important tip. It takes a little bit. Just in time for the kitty, MA, how's it going? Cat coming on stream. Just in time for you. Cat, I told the cat MA was coming, so it came on the stream. Let's see if we can guess. Oh my god, I feel like moving so fast after going from the free-to-play account to this one. Expeditions make you so much money, but I'm just too... All these worthless cherries. What's something that I can plant that'll give me more than cherries? Apples? Oranges? I just really love cherries. I'm the cherry guy. They sell all the time. They always sell. Trying to plan a Christmas Splinterlands tournament. Otherwise, just chilling after work. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, you plan that tourney. And trees. Can't leave trees behind. Yeah. I like herbs more than trees. But I hear you. Especially at the beginning. It's fun because it's nice XP. You chop your trees. Bunny's one of the top 10 woodcutters. So if she's ever streaming, it's a good stream to pop into. She likes doing her woodcutting. Where's my corn? Bunny's like number 2, almost 1. Heck yeah. Somebody else was talking Splinterlands last night. Yeah, it was me. I mentioned Splinterlands. Yes. Yes, Bunny, top woodcutter. Nugs is a top woodcutter too. Got the top woodcutters representing. I can't get over the name Magafur, and it's so funny. Let's get these lands done. What do we at for charges? Ooh, riffs. Maybe I'll do some riffs. What do we have on the stream? Let's see. After being on the free-to-play account, you really take your large lands, or you really appreciate your large lands. After being on the free-to-play account for so long, it's like, oh my god, I can just plant. I have as many things as I ever would want. Can't imagine if I used all this for crafting. What I would have, the levels I would have. Bunny number 2, just 1 level behind lead. I am number 6 now. Just check for the wood fans. Let's go. Crushing it. At one point I was like top 50 for farming. I wonder what I am now. But that's the only thing I've ever been on the leaderboards, really. That's the only leaderboard I've really been. Oh my god, did it say it? No. Okay. My inventory's not full. That was something else. Where are the leaderboard? If you just Google RavenQuest leaderboard, you should be able to see it. I don't know the exact link. It's like leaderboard.ravenquest or something like that. Let me just Google. Let me see. I can find it for you. I'm a streamer. I can be a helpful boy. RavenQuest leaderboard. Here you go. And you just pick from the drop-down menu to like pick what leaderboards you want to look at. They got leaderboards for all kind of things. What's the highest legacy level? 90? What? I didn't even know there were people at legacy level 90. That's crazy. Let's see. Profession levels. Farming? Where am I at on farming? Am I even on there? Oh, I gotta be on there, I think. Yeah, 23 on farming. Let's go. Let's go. That's not bad. I took a break and I'm still on there. But that's not bad at all. I'll take that. Top 23 farmer. It's all the cherry trees, I'm telling you. Most convenient crop. They might not be the highest, the most profitable, especially right now, because certain things are really, really weird. But they are the most convenient. And usually they're pretty high profit compared to other things. Just certain things are really, really high right now. Certain low-level crops are just way too high. Okay, foraging. We intentionally leave our community plots with just herbalism stuff for this exact reason. So even though these are only 6-hour herbalism crops, we leave them on there because so the daily's always ready. Maximum efficiency, baby. So we can always finish these 2 dailies no matter what. Rangers Company? I do 3 Rangers Company. That one can take a while just because you gotta run around. Honestly, if you could TP from Rangers Company to Rangers Company, I might play this game more, or I might log in for longer. It's something I really enjoy, just like doing Rangers Companies, but just like the walking from one spot to another, it's just too much for me. It's too much. Oops. I'm not a hoarder, I'm not a hoarder, I'm not a hoarder. Let's list some of these guys. Cherries didn't sell at 6.49. That's kind of inconvenient. Looks like some of my green caps sold at that rate, but some of them did not. The green caps at these prices are crazy. Let's do 3.39. Am I getting even 1,000 out of there? I feel like I have to, right? Okay, let's move these. Perfect. And this, nothing. 217 3-leaf clovers. We're obviously selling at this rate. Now time for these guys. Alright, 5.49 it is. Is that it for full stacks of cherries? What is going on? Why are these not stacking? pretty good. Sure, let's change up our class for this. Specialist. And we'll claim this. And let's do some rangers real quick before we have to hop back onto the free-to-play account. Maybe we'll do a rift if we can get it done get this rangers done in a reasonable amount of time. Lion Slave Dwarves, definitely not. Saurians, Gilead Island, I think so. Frolls, no thank you. Frolls, no thank you. Lion Slave Dwarves, no thank you. Elderwood Foxes, no thank you. Poison Peltage, no thank you. What the heck is these guys? Trunks and Crow Hollow Bog. Probably fine. Oh, did I not get this? I'm the worst, dude. I didn't even get the Adventuring Spirit buff. What the heck? Trunks and Crow Hollow Bog. Oh, it has to be all the way out here. That's not a good one, actually. I don't want to kill Lion Slave Dwarves. Hookmass, Sajeko Island, group. What? Where are these? Oops. Let's go see that. That might be a good grinding spot in general. Group spawn here. Wait, what the heck? On this island. That's gonna take too long to get to. That's interesting. I didn't know that. That's where the higher level hook masks are. Okay, good to know. I don't even know how the group rangers company works. See, this task requires hunting in a group spawn. Group spawns contain creatures stronger than regular monsters, but yield increased rewards. Okay. Brassbound drakes. Okay, let's go. Oops. I actually hate the green backlighting. I actually hate the lighting in general. That does work, doesn't it interrupt? Company or my Adventuring Spirit buff. on. Active Aether monolith. I didn't even realize that. Is anyone here? I don't even know how these things work. I'm on not my main class, so I don't really want to mess with anyone. But I can come over here and touch this thing and get some fame. It says active, right? That means I can do this. No, not yet. 30 minutes. What do we have to do? No, nothing. Can't do anything. Nobody's here. If someone wants to join the server, and go get it. Might be good. Might be good if someone wants to do it. There's no adventure board here, right? I thought there was one somewhere around here, but I'm not seeing it. Okay. Let's do this. Yetis, let's go. Perfect. That's kind of exactly what we needed. Is that just this level Yetis? No, it's the other ones. I'm gonna barely be able to finish these dailies before hopping to the free-to-play account to harvest those carrots. Cat likes it when I make noises like that. It's all excited. You're making noises. Something's gotta be going on. You're just so bored. You're just so bored when I'm streaming. You like it that I'm talking. Oh my god. No entrance in here? It's not like I've spent dozens of hours exclusively farming Yetis and I should know this. Did send the support team an email on the Twitch drops. Nice. Okay. Well, hopefully they get back to you. I know they're pretty good about getting back to people, so hopefully you get an answer on that. Hopefully it's an easy fix. Yeah, tried it again with the fresh browser and such, it's still errors. Okay. Yeah, hopefully it's something that they can handle and not something that Twitch has to do. Or maybe they can at least advise you, even if it's a Twitch thing, how to fix it. I wish I could help more. I'm sorry, that's all I got. Oh, if I drink a tea, this will go faster. Where is the tea? Where's all my teas? I have a bunch. Bad job at drinking my teas. I gotta pay attention. I'm gonna be dying here for no reason. only a casual, 172 teas. How many do you get a day? 2? Is that 90 days worth of undrink teas? Okay. Now we just gotta wait for this guy to be ready to summon again. I kinda have to pee again. Is that awful of me? I already peed like 4 times on the stream. Kitty's getting excited because I'm making noises again. Cat, say hi to chat. Cat chat. Cat chat. Oh, it's a cat. He's a beast. It's a wild beast. It's toothless. Toothless. Say hi. Say hi. Yes, I use my children for content. I exploit my children for content. All day, every day. Should I take this? Or should I just look for Yetis? Alright, we'll do it. We won't get greedy here. We'll do this. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Save a little bit of silver. No expeditions today, unfortunately, but we will get back on the expedition train, I promise. We'll make sure to do our expedition tomorrow. Get me out of here. Get away! Oops. I know there's an entrance to the Frostbound Drakes, like, around here. Just can't find it. And I like switching my effective level whenever I'm doing these Rangers companies, because, like, the level 70, 80 effective levels, when you're doing them for just the daily, they just take too long. It takes too long to walk to those different places. The only way you like, can efficiently do it is if you just, like, do dire horns and then just re-roll for dire horns, or I guess get something and just re-roll for it until you can get it again and again and again. Nice, we found that spot. Hey, again. Did they close this? Interesting. I thought there was a way. Oh, no, you can make it through there. Ooh, that's sneaky. Sneaky back path to the monolith. Do people know about this? People know I can go this way? How much longer? Is this, like, what do I have to do? It says active, but I can't do anything, right? Like, I'm not doing anything wrong here. Just killing Frostbound Drakes. It's one of my favorite grinding spots for Nightblade. Big single target guys that just give lots of XP. We've got to finish this so we can go to the free-to-play account and do those carrots. The carrots await. Got a whole medium community plot of carrots to harvest. All that XP, just waiting. Be right back. I'll let this TP to Crest. Alright, carrots, here we come. Here we come, carrots, yes, we're coming. We're carrots and we're guys. We got to get the carrots. And maybe some fries. Ooh, I'm just a carrot guy. Take me to my plot. Increase bite by 3. That might be good. I'm curious. Let's see. What does that do to my stats? See, stats go down. Like, I'm pretty sure attack power is better than might by 3. It's weird. Alright, carrots, we're harvesting you before the stream ends. And guys, that is kind of gonna be, after this we're gonna be hopping off a stream. It's been fun. We've done quests, we've done a little bit of grinding, and now we are going to be logging off tomorrow. I don't know exactly what we're going to be doing for the start of the stream, but about halfway through the stream we're going to be doing a big dynamic run with Oracle. Shout out Oracle plays RQ. Oh, thank God. Okay. So he's going to be guiding us through a long dynamic run, and we should hopefully be learning quite a bit during that and having some fun with some guild mates. And then Thursday we're doing a fishing frenzy game night in the OSG Discord. So they're going to be coming in. Oh god, and doing some stuff in there, giving out some prizes. So if you play Fishing Frenzy, or if you're interested in Fishing Frenzy, come through. It should be a good time. they're coming to our Discord, so that's gonna be pretty neat, and giving us an AMA game night things to give out. And I'm really looking forward to it. Big fan of Fishing Frenzy here. It's the best casual Web3 game that I know of. Oh my god. Single harvest crops are crazy. No wonder carrots are so expensive. This is a nightmare. No mass collect? No mass collect? I have to get 15k renown to do mass collect? What armor type is good? Late game, plate and cloth are typically better for PvE, especially. For if you're doing night blade, I would probably either go 4 plate or 2 plate, 2 cloth. But honestly, especially early game when you just like get armor, you can go like 4. You can go leather. It's just extra damage, and extra damage is just not that helpful when it comes to like late game mobs. You need more defenses than you do damage. But a lot of people use like leather in PvP when you're doing like one-shot builds. So sometimes, yeah, you can take leather for a while since you're gonna kind of be stronger than everything and everything's weak. And honestly, I'm using leather on this guy too, on my free-to-play account. Just late game, you want to use probably plate and cloth, but yeah, I'm using leather as well, so it is fun. Crit rate? Who doesn't like crit chance? 15% crit chance? That's great, especially on this build. Alright, let's farm a good crop here. How about corn? Corn what we want? Yeah, we'll do some corn. And this batch of corn will get sold. Just trying to see something. Okay. Oh, it's 7 o'clock. Okay, guys, I need to hop off. Yo, Bunny! Thank you for the 3 bits. I was literally saying goodbye. But I appreciate you coming by. Look at this free-to-play account. Adventure level 45? Ooh, 4 a.m. Time to go. That's just when the grind begins. Adventure level 45. 4.3 million silver. About to be way more when I sell these carrots. Bunny's favorite crop. 330. Let's just do. I don't care. Let's just 309. I need to get these out. Oop, nope, not 209. I don't like that much of a discount. Is that really all I got from that? It's not a lot. It's not really worth it. Yeah, that's not a lot of silver. How much did I make? This is like almost all profit, but 40k silver in 2 hours. It's not adding much. Yo, of course. Woke up at 11 p.m. Sometimes it be like that. You wake up at 11 p.m., decide you want to start a new Raven Quest account, and start your journey. Okay, well, thank you for stopping by, Demolts, and hanging out and joining the Discord, watching the YouTube video. It means a lot, and I hope there were some useful things in there. Thank you everyone for kind of coming by. It was a good stream. We finally got a lot of the like production issues worked out. So I really appreciate it, and have a good night, everybody. Oh wait, let me raid something. Let me raid someone just for the heck of it. Who should we raid? Who should we raid? Some people like to go to sleep around this hour. Let's raid someone with 1 viewer. How about Alvin Zap here? See AFK? This other person's AFK. Two potentially AFK streamers. Alright, let's raid Cortines then. Actually, I'll raid Ogre Brew and then we'll raid. He'll probably raid. Actually, let's raid Shocky. I haven't raided Shocky in a while, even though he's probably getting off soon. Can I use Discord for guild invite? Yes! You can get a guild invite in the Discord. Absolutely. Just go ahead and do that. But grind up a little bit more, stay active, and you totally get in. Like I said, the number one thing is just being active and participating. So if you're active in there, you're participating. Yeah, I like all of them. I like both of them. So I rated Ogre Brew, I think, recently. So we're gonna go to Shocky.